I remember this climb was all about tension. Everything from that heel hook start to throwing over here, keeping the toe, and then going another high heel was pretty tricky. And then this match, I struggled with a lot of times. You can see each time I move, my head flings back. But I was very, very happy to get this send. I think it took me like 5 sessions, so it did take a while.
Okay, first commentary is what the fuck is this wall? You, like, how on earth could multiple people climb this at the same time? You caught the dino. You caught a second dino. Does your foot go where it should go? No. You didn't finish the recording! And now you're just dancing at the start of this next one. Okay, well, this is gonna be narrated as a unit. Loading. BAM! That one at least looks cool. That makes up for you not finishing the climb on the other one. Heel hook. Sideways. To a crimp. Engage the heel.
Nice, babe. Locked in.
Pull! Pull the crimp, Kronk. Oh, you didn't. Boop.
The trick on this one here is actually that right foot toe. I was able to keep it for most of these hands popping over, and then that gave me so much stability to get to the launching position. Um, God, I remember feeling so cool about that move too. A little scorpion kick to keep my momentum from shooting back into the wall. The top section of this was pretty straightforward, not as rewarding as that bottom sequence for sure. But this was one of my first V7s where it was on the top out wall too, and started my arc of trying to stop being afraid of throwing my body over the wall. I hesitated a little bit, but luckily those jugs, crimps, whatever you want to call them. The start on this felt pretty tall person intended, but if you ever climb at Edgeworks Bellevue, that's kind of the theme they had going for a while. This part right here, I'm still not sure if it was intended for that like double Gaston catch. Maybe it was going out to the volume first and then going up, but still not sure. This top section was also, I've seen many people do many different things here. And again, I think it varies quite a bit on height and whatever angle those bars felt better. Just kind of throwing for the Gaston move here was my preference, but I'm also more of a shouldery climber. And yes, the shortest V7 ever. Just a few moves that look pretty chill, but in actual climbing felt really bad and sharp. But that's also kind of my anti-style. So happy to get this send. This climb was pretty fun. It was the first V7 I got after I switched to SBP, Seattle Bouldering Project in Poplar, I believe is the location. Not my typical, preferred climbing style. Very slabby, very crimpy, but I still cheek in a few like throwy moves and kind of use my height to my advantage here to pop over to the last hold.
Oh, look. Another dynamic climb. That actually could have been done statically. Which is what I would have done. But nobody cares about me. Not pictured here are the 6 billion other attempts where he failed. You did not make that top out look easy. Boop!
So this was actually a community set boulder. Edgeworks, both Belred and Bellevue, have, well, I think once or twice a year, these programs where you get to create your own route and work with a setting team. So, some of the climbs are a little body height dependent, and I'm not sure if anybody shorter than me was able to get that crossover pop move. But nonetheless, I had a lot of fun with it. I think I was pretty similar height to the person who set the route, so it felt super flowy, super cool. 10 out of 10 would recommend. So this was a climbing gym in Vegas that I went to while I was visiting for a few days, and the angle of the wall is slightly overhung. I mean, it's more vert than overhung, and I was actually kind of surprised by the grading on these. This was listed V7 to V8, and it didn't quite feel like it. I mean, it was a cool move here, popping over to stop the barn door out, but overall, the gym was okay. It's funny looking back and commentating on these climbs later because I see some repeatable moves or body positions that I'm running into current day climbing. Notably this one right here, where it's a weird like pinch but thumb down shouldery position move. Not super common, but pretty cool when you pull it off. The top section on here I actually struggled with a lot more than the bottom section. Um, I think that's because maybe the box was a little too big or my inability to be flexible. But pretty straightforward section, Gaston, foot chip, and flag out. But I think I just skated by holding that match there. Yes, double catch dyno. Very cool. Definitely my style, and as the year progresses, you'll see a lot more v7s that are dynamic. I think this year I really fell into my preferred climbing style, which is big moves, very throwy, lock off, shouldery stuff, and you'll see a severe lacking of slab. But yeah, I love the jump. Definitely getting more confident with topping out, and yeah, fun climb. Speaking of dynos, here's another more coordination one where you catch the foot, stop the barn door. Top section is actually a little tricky. That isn't a nice edge for that angle, which is why you see me pop out of it just as quickly. And the top here might be a little controversial. You see I go back and I'm toe hooking, or heel hooking, and then placing the toe in the volume. I'm trying not to cam, but you be the judge.
Up next, a climb so stupid that only Johnny could have inspired this climb. Actually, I don't know which one of you morons did this first. It might have been you. Anywho, look at this. No idea how to start it. Tried his best. You're still stuck in the same spot. There has been no movement. Alex, slither, slither. Oh, you fell. Now, position, thinking, loading. Wow, you really look like you're going to go for a much bigger move than what you did. Now hump the giant hold. And here I always thought you were more of a bottom. Do, 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 do. Forgot how fucking stupid this climb is. It just looks like a giant penis. There is no way to finish. There you go. Prayers! Boop! And now for something new. Hunter's gonna dyno to something. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's hesitating this one. Launch! There you go. Oh! It was like he tried to paddle when he didn't need to paddle because he jumped something's like, actually, fuck that is bad. Moving on. Heel hook. Prayer. Defying gravity. That was a choice. Heel to the hook, to the heel, to the hook. Hook, heel, hook, heel. Oh, he finished it. Whoops.
And in a shocking turn of events, here's a V7 slab. Fun fact, I actually avoided this climb as long as I could until my friend Clara said, don't be dumb, trust your feet, just go up. So I did just that. I trusted my feet, despite stepping on dual tech here and the squeak haunting my dreams for the rest of the evening. And yeah, slab is one of those funny things where it's super scary on the wall because you don't want to fall unexpectedly, but truly, if you actually just trust your feet and weight them, it's usually not that bad. Case in point. You ever look at those climbs that you did in the past and just cringe about how many flappers you got? You could see I have a taped up hand that resembles a glove there because, believe it or not, rotating off of a jug time after time after time, trying to throw yourself at a wall, causes flappers. But yeah, definitely a cool climb here. Cool little like toe cam against the wall and the hold there. The tricky part here wasn't the jump as much as it was the ending. Yeah, you see I kind of have to pop up and, well, one-handed catch a sloper, which with the tape on wasn't as easy. I was actually pretty happy with this climb for a few different reasons. One being that I got it in one session and didn't take too many attempts. And two, because I was pretty happy with the beta that I found. Still not sure if it was like intended, but this back step and then throw right into a knee bar, oh, such a cool move. Um, Had to really keep a lot of tension and be thoughtful with, as ironic as it looks because I was flailing my legs around, but thoughtful with my toe positioning and where I was like leaning my weights because that bar that I'm hanging on isn't as good as you would like it to be. Um, and yeah, other than that, pretty cool climb, pretty cool sequence. Happy with a flying knee bar. And last but not least, not so fun fact was this was the last V7 I got before I broke my sesamoid. I broke it directly after this climb, trying a V6, but regardless, here's this V7, very slopery beginning sequence, which isn't my favorite, mainly because I'm just not good at them. But it also required like a lot of body tension and some weird body positioning angles so that I made sure to keep the slopers in the best optimal pulling direction. And the top of this climb was also kind of tricky. You see me crimping the edge of the volume and trying to readjust my left hand on that sloper just so that I, could get the high foot and then launch up to this crimp. But definitely thought-provoking, and I had to really think on the wall here. A few other people were able to get a high left foot on that peg, but my hips do lie, so that wasn't an option for me. And then, yeah, you can see me second guessing myself because I don't want to take the swing from loading that left hand, but a cheeky little toe hook type of smear and good to go.